Spoils shared on record-breaking final day. It's been a run fest at the First Central County Ground over the past 3 days. Sussex's confident first innings display led them to 588, but the Foxes had replied in kind, up to 529 for 4 at the start of the final day. With less than 2 innings completed, the match looked destined for a draw. Ackermann had played his way to 150 on the third day, and Mulder emulated him on their return to the middle, smashing his way to a new career best with 6 down the ground to the bowling of Stephen Finn. The partnership was heading for a record-breaking one. A single from Ackermann took the value of their stand to 300 runs. When Ackermann whipped Hunt to the leg side boundary, he'd gone to 200 for the first time. The score had moved to 600, and the 324 he and Mulder had put on together was a new Leicestershire record for the 5th wicket. And the Foxes refused to relent. When Mulder pushed Crocombe through the offside for 4, they were in uncharted territory. The partnership worth 400, the highest in the history of Leicestershire County Cricket Club for any wicket. And the records kept tumbling. Ackermann in dreamland, 250 his of 356 balls with a single off Coles. Mulder joined Ackermann on 200 runs, up to the mark for the first time when he flicked Rawlings for a single. Another took them to 700, but it was the subsequent boundary that was the all-important one. Ackermann flicked Rawlings off his legs to the ropes, and in the process, Leicestershire had a new highest total, breaking a record that has stood since 1906. When they headed in for lunch, they'd moved to 756 for 4. The partnership was now worth over 450 runs, and the lead was 168. In an attempt to make a game of it, Callum Parkinson declared over lunch, and Ali Orr and Tom Clark walked out to the middle. No Haynes thanks to the broken hand. And it was a bright start, which saw the deficit drop as both looked to assert themselves early in the innings. They got as far as 79 together when Clark tamely pushed a catch into the hands of Kimber at slip off the bowling of Ackermann, adding a wicket to his mammoth total. With his departed partner taking his pads off, Orr turned one around the corner to go to a 50 scored off 62 balls. Alsop was now in the middle with the Sussex opener, and the pair moved the score beyond 100 runs together. Their stand was worth 50 before tea, heading in for the break on 144 for 1, trailing now by just 24. The deficit soon became a lead after the break, Leicestershire's hopes of forcing a win diminishing further now as Alsop and Orr continued to build their partnership. The opener was in the 90s soon enough, but watched on as Alsop raised the bat, up to 50 off 79 deliveries with 4 runs edged to the boundary off Hill. Orr had his chance to do the same, up to 3 figures with 4 off Azad, the latest big knock in a match packed with huge returns. And that would be the last real action of the match, with Sussex leading by more than 50 and Leicestershire struggling to make inroads. Callum Parkinson offered the handshake and settled for the draw, which had looked likely almost from day one. Despite the record-breaking innings and some sumptuous knocks, Leicestershire are still winless. Sussex broke their duck last time out, but the pitch here was never really conducive for a result either way. They'll head to Lords to face Middlesex next week, while Leicestershire return to the familiar surroundings of the Upton Steel County Ground, with Glamorgan their visitors.